Hey y'all, I hope everybody's doing well, having an awesome, blessed, positive day, night, whenever you're watching this, good week, okay? I want to talk just a little bit about self-love, okay? Being confident, indulging in your feminine energy, you know, because I know this is popular. All the girls want to talk about feminine energy. Feminine energy to me equals confidence, okay? And I understand a lot of people don't have any confidence in who they is. Let me tell y'all a story, right? When I finally got confidence in myself, let me tell y'all what happened. When I was young, I used to get made fun of all the time about my forehead. They'd be like, forehead, go ahead, forehead, go ahead, forehead, 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 right? So as I got older, I learned to hide my forehead. You get what I'm saying? Like I used to always have a swoop. I had to have a swoop, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna have the hair, I got to have a swoop. Or I got to have the Chinese bangs. Whatever I had to do, I had to cover my forehead because I was so embarrassed. I was ashamed of it. You get what I'm saying? And I finally decided to show my forehead. Guess how old I was? I was 30. I was 30 years old when I finally said, you know what? Fuck them bangs. Let me show who I am, right? That is when my confidence kicked in. You get what I'm saying? That is when I went to a higher level of confidence within myself. That is when the self-love started to form for me, okay? Because that one insecurity that hid me, because if I'm patting my forehead constantly, I'm patting my face, you know, so you can barely see my face all the time. But when I pull the hair back, you can actually see who I am. Does this, y'all follow me? Follow me now. So when I tell people, when they ask how can they be confident, you got to find that insecurity that you really hate. And you got to embrace that shit. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. You got to embrace it. And so once I stopped hiding my forehead, that is when the confidence level hit. And now all of a sudden, the thing that I hid from people and just myself the longest was the thing that made me the most beautiful and unique. Does that make sense? Like now when people see me, especially when I got my forehead out, you can just see my whole face. They be like, my God, you are beautiful. Like, because I have the confidence. You see? It's the confidence in me. It's the self-love in me now. I used to hate myself. I was a hater for myself. You get me? I was a hater. I did not like who I was as a person. And so I slowly began to change that. You know, I started to just say, you know, I'll look in the mirror, get butt naked, strip. Now, if you've been following me for quite some time, this might not even sound real, you know what I'm saying, but I used to look at myself in the mirror and I did not like what I saw, you know, and then you deal with certain people that's constantly putting you down or telling you you're not pretty or you ugly, especially when it came to relationships and men, you know, try to put you down, oh, you ugly, oh, your stretch marks, oh, you got a poop with your stomach not flat, oh, your booty flat, or, you know, just try to put down everything about you, and you start to believe it. So over the years, I had started to believe that I wasn't good enough, or I wasn't pretty, or I just was ugly, and that sort of thing. So I started to look at myself in the mirror every day, and I just be like, damn, girl, you look good. You are beautiful. And I started telling myself, like, I don't know if that's vain. I don't think it's vain. I think it's finding who you really are. You got to look yourself in the fucking mirror, bro. You got to look yourself in the mirror and just say to yourself, like, this is me. And some people don't want to look at themselves in the mirror because they're ugly. Not just by the physical not just the physical, but the inside is ugly. You get me? And so when I finally began to indulge in that self-love, right? I was 30. This is when it all happened for me. You know, this is when the confidence went through the roof. Like you probably in my 20s, let me just go back a little bit. In my 20s and shit, you know, I just thought I was cute. You know, whatever, but I still had a lot of insecurities about myself that I just did not like. My forehead, and of course I had my body. I did not like my body. Like, I hated my breasts. You know what I mean? I hated my titties. You know, after I had my son, well, before I had my son, of course, you know, I had the little perky little titties that just set up pretty and cute. But of course, after I had my kid, everything just dropped, okay? And I did not like what I saw in the mirror, you know, and the stretch marks just everywhere, and the fupa that I just couldn't get rid of. I just didn't like it. But then, when I went through that cycle change for myself, and I started looking at myself in a different way, and I started wearing my hair back off my face, and I just started saying, God damn, girl, you are fine. You know what I mean? That's when my confidence was just like, it came to me. And then, once I got into that mind space, there was nothing nobody else could say about me to make me feel a way about myself. Just chilling right now. I'm just indulging in myself, you know. I'm just pouring into myself, into my cup run over. And it's running over. It's on the floor, bitch, okay? And just really pouring into myself. And to find that place of self-love, that is a happy place that I want to remain in, okay? So the things that I do is I find things that make me happy. So you have to find things that actually make you happy. Like, what makes you happy? Think about it. I know it's hard to think about because you got your everyday life bullshit going on constantly. But find things that actually make you happy and do them. That is it. This is not rocket science. We're not going to get too far deep into it. I'm not about to give you a deep speech. Find things that make you happy and do them. That is it. That is where you find your peace. Okay? Like when you go to work, you're dealing with the everyday life, your kids, your husband, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, right? I tell people, find a hobby. You know what I mean? Find a hobby. You probably got too much time on your hand. Find a hobby and indulge in that hobby. Like, if you like to do makeup, do makeup. If you like to do hair, do hair. If you want to go clip a nigga hair, go get some barber tools. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, go indulge in it. Me, I realized that I love to read, so I indulge in reading. I get books and I read, okay? So on my downtime, I like to read. I don't like to post. When I don't post, I'm like reading. I'm kind of indulging in, you know, self-care and trying to elevate the mind, activate the third eye, you know? I like to go to listen to live music. So I go to concerts. I go to lounges where it's live music because it makes me happy. Okay? I like to take myself on dates, go out to eat, go find me a new restaurant. Like I got a shitload of restaurants in my phone right now that I'm ready to try. You know what I mean? I just went to the movies. I took myself to see Creed 3 by myself. I'm in that joint by myself. You know, a dinner in a movie type of deal. Feet kicked back, got my food, watching Creed 3. It was a good night for me. You get what I'm saying? So I'm indulging in myself. I'm not waiting around for somebody to make me happy. You know? Even when we get in relationships, we tend to lose ourselves through our partners. You know, I know for me in my last relationship, that's what happened. I kind of lost balance of myself, you know, trying to focus so hard on that person and making sure that they was happy. What about my happiness? You know, and this is the problem we be having when we jump in these relationships. We forget, you know what I mean? You got to find some type of fucking balance up in there. If you don't, you're not gonna be happy. I don't know how to keep explaining it. You know, how do you do it? How do you be happy? How do you be happy? You can't. First off, you can't be a hater. First off, you can't be a hater. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get that hate up out of your heart. You got to get that hate up out your soul. Like, you just got to. That's the only way to move forward. This is why I be telling people, man, you need to go heal your childhood. A lot of us still have that childhood trauma. A lot of people my age and 40s and the 50s and the 60s, they still hold on to childhood trauma, which is eating them up, making them look old, and they getting sad and they getting depressed. No, you want to be happy. Find your happy place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I told y'all this before. My childhood, I had to heal my childhood, right? Like, I had to forgive my mom. You know what I mean? Like, that's really where my happiness started to form, right? I was spiraling out of control, you know, in my 20s and stuff like that prior to me. Like, goddamn, like, who was texting me like this? You feel me? Wait a minute, y'all. Okay. Yeah, so I was really spiraling out of control in my 20s and didn't understand why. I didn't have good relationships with women. Couldn't stand them. Like, I was really depressed. You know what I mean? And I just had to figure out what was going on with me. I was taking drugs, doing mollies, taking ecstasy nonstop. Like, I was indulging in that, trying to wash away my pain that I was going through because I just never had a good relationship with my mom. So I think when I moved into this house, actually, was when I moved into this house and my sister had got married, was when I finally healed the relationship with my mom. You know, I was like 29, I was 30, 29, 30, and 29. And I healed the relationship with my mom, and I told my mom had told me, she was like, I'm sorry. She said, I'm sorry for what I put you through. I'm sorry, you know? And because she didn't get a certain level of love from her mom, she couldn't give it to me. She couldn't give it to me or my older sister. It was hard for her to do that. She didn't know how. She just didn't know how because she wasn't loved on properly. And I never understood that. Okay? And so once the forgiveness started, now me and my mama, we cool as hell. Like, me and my mom, we talk on the phone all the time. Now, like, that's my G. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my G. We sit on the phone talking for hours, you know? And it feels good. But guess what? I healed that childhood trauma about myself. And I was able to move on and continue to elevate. And so now I didn't have that baggage on me, you know? So I understand that a lot of the times in our childhoods, a lot of people just can't forget what happened to them. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just can't, like, man, certain things are unforgivable. But you gotta learn how to love yourself again, you know? And so, after that had happened, it was just like my life, like, really got brighter, you know? My life really got brighter, and, I just began to have a happy spirit about myself. And I knew that's what had happened. I had to heal things that happened in my childhood. And I was able to move on, and now I'm indulging in myself. Like, I know how to give myself love. I know how to make myself happy. Like, I don't need the energies of everybody else to be, like, excited about life, you know? Excited about life. I just feel like I wake up every day. That's one. You waking up in the morning. Let's talk about it. You up? Can you walk? You need to be happy. You need to be happy. Can you run? You need to be happy. Can you swallow your food? You need to be happy. Can you go to a job that's paying you to pay your bills? You need to be happy. You know? Are you able to pay your bills? Are you in good health? Even if you're not in that much of a good health, you're still fucking here to live another day to get it right. You should be happy. So when I think about self-love, I think about what brings me happiness. You know? Whatever brings you happiness, indulge in that. Indulge in it. Whatever it is that makes you happy, indulge in that. And that's going to be your happy place, and you need to stay there. And nobody can take you out of there. That is what self-love is about. So we don't have to make it difficult. It's not, you know, you need to do this step by step. Ain't no steps in this life. Everybody's life is different. You know, you live your life and you live and you learn. But the thing is, you just got to live and learn that lesson so you won't have to keep repeating that same fucking lesson because it's coming back again. That's how I live my life. That's how I remain happy. And I hope everybody out there find them some peace, some joy, some love, you know. My thing too, when it comes to like being around people, I choose wisely on who I give my energy to. I choose wisely on who I'm around. I choose wisely. I'm wise. That's all I can say about that. I am wise. I'm way wiser than I was back then. So I choose things carefully nowadays. You know, when you got too much shit to lose, you just gotta move different. I'm just saying that. But yeah, so when it comes to self-love, y'all, find your happy place. Do what makes you happy. Don't care what care what other people think. Don't, you know what I mean? Like, we live in this society, we live in this world, in this society where people always got an opinion. You know what I mean? People always gonna have an opinion about you, whether it's good, whether it's bad. You're not here to make everybody happy, you know, but you are here to make yourself happy. So if it's something you like to do, do it. Indulge in it. Have fun with it. My God, smile, laugh. I promise you, please just laugh. That's all I want to promote is my sisters, my brothers out there, man. Just laugh a little. Laugh. Feed your soul with the laughter. You know what I mean? Because if you ain't laughing, you might be crying. That's all I'm saying. The only time you're supposed to be crying is if you're crying laughing. You feel what I'm saying? So I hope everybody out there, find them some love, find them some joy, find them some peace. Remember, don't let nobody stand in your way, including the devil. Brush them off and continue your way.